I have generated millions of dollars of sales and tens of thousands of leads for my clients using this one simple funnel that I'm going to break down for you in this video right here. And the good news is you don't need to make 20 different lead magnets and a mini course and then run launches and do all this stressful stuff in order to make this work. This is just one simple funnel that works all the time. You're gonna get the exact blueprint to be able to build this funnel for yourself. I'm gonna walk you through everything you can see on the surface, so all the different funnel pages and exactly how we have it laid out. But more importantly, I'm gonna show you all the hidden stuff underneath the hood that only the pros know about. Because honestly, that's what separates the people who get stuck and the people who turn this into a high-ticket sales machine. Really quick, if you don't know me already, my name is Brice, and for the last 10 years, I've been helping online entrepreneurs, mostly coaches, consultants, course creators, grow their online business with ads, funnels, and systems. I have seen underneath the hood of hundreds of businesses to learn what works and what doesn't. And that's exactly what I'm gonna show you here today. By the way, if you want to copy this funnel for yourself, just under this video in the description, I've got a download where you can get this entire blueprint, everything I'm showing you in this video. I've got templates down there that you can use and a couple of other free things that come. Just go ahead and grab that down in the description below and then you can follow along. All right, let's get into it, starting with the funnel structure. So there's this old quote from Dan Kennedy that says, whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins. And if you are doing less than $100,000 a month, you have a high ticket offer, like a service or a course or a coaching program that you are trying to sell. This funnel is the best funnel that I have seen to get you to that 100K a month mark. And again, on the surface, this is going to look really simple, but we really want to talk about what is the underlying stuff that makes this funnel work. The funnel is only 5 pages. It's really simple. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. And if you're like, man, I don't know how to build any of this, that's what we're going to be getting into in this. We're going to talk about what to put on the page, how to make it stand out, how to make it different. So I'm going to go over all that. And remember, it's also in the download just below this video. Now, before we get into all the pages and what to put on there, we need to talk about your offer first. Everybody says you need a great offer. And if you don't know where to start at all, the best place to do is just go check out $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. It's that book on Amazon. You've probably heard about it. If you haven't, definitely check it out. That is a great place to really break down how to do this. Now, the things that I have seen that make this really stand out, and especially from a paid ads perspective, when you want to be able to spend money on ads to grow your business. One thing that I will say matters more than anything is being different matters a lot. And I mean a lot. You cannot run a generic offer and expect to win in this world. Some examples would be like, if you are trying to run an offer that's like how to become a sales closer or how to lose 10 pounds or how to become a life coach. These are not unique and new. People have seen these before. And I know that this can be some really frustrating feedback to hear because it is hard to come up with something unique and new. But if this was easy, everyone would be a millionaire. This game is not easy, right? You have to figure out a way to be unique and different. That is the fundamentals of marketing. If you just spend some time to study the market and look at what's working, you will notice 2 things. The first thing you will see is big names and big players who are able to market pretty much anything they want, right? When Tony Robbins comes out with a new program that says how to become better at business, it works because he's Tony Robbins. Like, he can pretty much do whatever he wants. His name adds a lot of credibility to things. But the second group of people who are crushing it is people who are offering things that are new and different. And that's because when you don't have a brand to carry the weight, you have to figure out what is your unique positioning in a marketplace. And so I know that is hard to hear sometimes, but if you have been struggling trying to make this work and you look around and you are marketing something that everybody else is also offering and it's not working for you, the answer probably is you're just not unique and different enough. And you've got to figure out a way to position yourself differently. This is just one of those things that is very challenging to do, but once you figure it out, it will make a massive impact on your business. The second thing is having an offer that is mass market. So you want to be broad enough that you can attract a lot of leads, but again, specific enough to stand out. So they say the riches are in the niches, and there is truth to that. But one of the challenges with Facebook and these different ad platforms today is the way the algorithm works is you have to be able to get a certain volume of data coming in on a daily and weekly basis for them to be able to go out and find more people like the people you're looking for to optimize your campaigns. And so those days of like hyper targeting super specific niches on Facebook just doesn't work anymore. Now what's working is things that are very broad and having a bigger audience that you can market to. So let me give you an example. If you have come up with an offer and you've determined that there are 500 people in the United States who are like, let's say, potential financing partners for car washing businesses in the United States, that is probably not something you want to run an ad campaign to, because there's just not going to be able to get enough data to come in and optimize and grow a winning campaign over time. Now, if you're trying to run a campaign that's to like all of the business owners that own car washes in the United States, there's a couple million people in the United States that own car washes. So now you've got an audience you can work with. So that's what I mean by it needs to be broad enough that you can attract a lot of leads, but again, specific enough that it stands out. A lot of people struggle with these funnels and they think that they have like bad ads or a bad landing page, when really the answer is they have a bad offer and it just doesn't stand out enough. And again, I know that this offer topic one's really deep, so I'm going to drop some extra resources down in that little document just below this video that you can download and check out to really dig into your offer. Once you nail the offer, everything that is happening in your funnel after that is just communicating your offer to the market. So let's go ahead and dig into that first touch point, which is your landing page. We have tested tons of these, and what we've really come down to is like this simple version. We really do want to keep this simple. It really is about what you're communicating on this page, but we've tested long, short, bunch of copy, short copy. This is what works best for us. So above the fold here. So what I mean by above the fold is just like what pops up immediately when they're on their screen. What we want to have up here is like a little qualifier. So who this is for, call out exactly who this is for. This is for these type of people. You want to have your headline and your subheadline. So this is really like usually presenting what your offer is or what this opportunity is, or speaking to the pain points they have and how they get away from it. Usually, you know, this, and this without this, or in this timeline. That's what you can use your subheadline for. We also use a disqualifier. So like, if you are not this person, do not move forward. If you are not this, and this, do not enter your information. And we've tested like a two-step forward, meaning like they click the button and then something pops up and then they enter in the information and then they go forward, or just having having it right here on the page. We have found that having it right on the page works best for us. This is a good thing to test for you in the future, but like, this is what works best for us. This is really a big part, is like having some kind of authority building section. So you want to have like, who is this expert? And what is a little bio about them, about why they're qualified to help you with what they're about to present. So this is really where we want to start presenting status, and we really want to start setting the optics of like who this person is for. So here we'll have like a little picture of our expert. But again, like really think about what are you communicating in this picture. So if you have like a business, make money related offer, you standing on stage with a microphone, giving a talk to 100 people is going to look way different than it's just a headshot of you here smiling. Or if you're like a weight loss person, having a picture of you here being shredded or super fit is going to be way different than if it's just, again, a picture of you here smiling. So like really think about the optics of what you're communicating in this little bio and with this picture, because it really does matter. And these are first impressions. So the frame that you can set here makes a big, big difference. We've also found to just put a little testimonial blurb at the very bottom. So usually that is about something that is mentioned here on this page. So a lot of times we're either like mentioning our unique mechanism, or what our offer is, or what our framework is, or whatever that is. And so we'll have a little testimonial, like we try to find it related to what's on this page. So, hey, when I discovered this, I achieved this incredible result that, you know, after working with this person, or whatever that is. And so this is the framework that we have found works pretty repeatedly for all of these funnels. Again, we've done a bunch of testing on these. Keep it super simple. Most people will not even scroll down to get to the who this is for thing. They will just read this part and decide if they're going to opt in or not. So really focus your energy on having a really good headline and subheadline. But we do find that having a little bio and a testimonial helps with conversions. If your landing page is not working, a lot of times it's just because, again, it's just not unique enough. It's not different enough. It doesn't stand out. They get to that page. And if they get to this page and they have the thought, I've seen this before, you're losing. Like that's one of the biggest things. So really spend that time on that headline, that subheadline, the qualifier and the disqualifier, to figure out who are the right people and how you can speak to them to get them to want to move forward and take the next step. All right, so now let's talk about where the heavy lifting happens. And this is your video sales letter. So this is where we'll have a video that really like digs into the pain and the problem that someone has, presents them with a solution, and then pushes them to get on a call with you at the end. We have found that usually this is between like 15 to 25 minutes. You want it to be short enough that people can get through it, because people's attention spans are oftentimes very short, especially if you're in a market where they've seen a lot of stuff like this. But you also want to be able to make sure that you can make your whole argument for your offer. So what I did was I took one of our top performing VSLs and I broke it down. And this is exactly the framework that video follows. One, we really want to try to have like an attention grabbing hook in the very beginning. So we're really trying to grab their attention in the first couple of seconds once they hit play on that video. We're clearly stating the main transformation and telling them why this is going to be different. So like, what is the outcome we can get them to? And why is this going to be different than what they've been doing before? In that video, then we get into the macro trends of this opportunity. So we talk about like why this is something big that's happening around you now. And this kind of creates urgency and really sets the tone for like why this is important. And not in terms of like me just saying it, but like we're getting into some numbers and stats around like why this macro opportunity presents itself. But then we're clearly differentiating between like the old way and the new way. So like, hey, if you want to be on this trend, that's great. And the old way of doing this, the way a lot of people did this in the past, the way that you'll hear a lot of other people doing this is this way, and this way. And the new way to do this is this way. And so this is where we're really separating like the old way and the new way, which is like them and us, how we're different. Showing them transformation and what's possible with this new way. So like really painting a picture of what that looks like. Some authority credibility. So like, why listen to me? Who am I? Why, we get through all of this very, very quickly. And then we present them with the plan. And so I think this is really important to have inside of your VSL, which is like, this is your step-by-step framework or whatever you're going to do to get to that outcome, to that new way. This is the plan that they can follow. And it's really important that like, we're not getting into like your specific offer. So this is not like, whatever the coaching program that you're doing or the course that you have. This is not like your specific product that you are selling. This is the plan. This is how they can get that thing. This is that thing that you have developed, that plan that you've created. And then we show some more proof of success. So these like case studies, testimonial stories, talking about people sprinkled throughout this entire presentation. But this is where we get into a little bit more actual like case studies and testimonials. Then we present the offer. And so this is where we get into like, hey, if you want to follow that plan, if you're super bought into what this outcome is, you're down to do this new way, you want to go through our plan. And what I have here is this offer. And so this is where we just break down the exact offer, kind of tell them what it looks like. If we're going to have the price in here, like I mentioned before, like you can have the price or you cannot have the price. We have the price in a lot of them. If you want to have more calls, you can just not have the price. But if you have the price in here, this is where we do like a little offer stack. So like, here's all the stuff you're going to get. Could be worth this much. We sold it for this much. Right now, we're going to have this kind of price. And so there's a justification around it, overcome objections, and then tell them to click on the button below, book a call with you, get on the phone with your sales team. And that's how you're going to move forward. So when you've done this correctly, you can get through all of this in about 15 to 25 minutes again. And this is a really, really high performing video that we found. And so you're going to put that video on a landing page. The headline is going to be pretty similar to what was on the landing page. We want to keep that congruency, that consistency. We've got the video there and then a call to action button. That again is going to usually be like apply here, apply now, book your call. And any kind of social proof, like if we have any like as seen on bars or, we've been featured on Forbes and all these places, we'll put those there. And then usually just a bunch of testimonials underneath because we really want to build that social proof. We want to get through that objection that a lot of people have of like, can I really trust this? Is this real? A big thing we've been seeing work a lot lately is like actually just screenshots of Trustpilot reviews. So if you have reviews from third-party sites, that has been seeming to work better than us just like, text writing in the reviews or something like that. And we really just want to have text, long page of text right here. And the big thing we want to get people to do is, again, just watch this video. Spend all of your time and energy trying to make this video as engaging as possible. And I can tell you, like, for our best funnels, we have tested so many videos of this. We will test like different ideas in this video, different like openings, different big ideas, different thumbnails. So like, what's the thing that's popping up on the screen that's like getting people to click play? I'll give you a tech list in that download that's down below this video. But like, we use Wistia, which is a tool that allows us to like A/B test these videos. And over time, we'll just come up with lots of different ideas on like how we can try to continue to make this video more engaging and also get through it quicker. Because we've tried adding longer and longer videos. People just seem to fall off the longer the video gets. So if we can keep this like short and punchy, but still get everything in there, that's what really, really matters. And again, that's what does a lot of the heavy lifting in this funnel. So once somebody clicks on that thing, next thing they do is they go to an application. So again, we've also tested this, like this next part is super simple. These are just pages that have embedded forms on them. We've tested this on like sending people just straight to Calendly and letting them answer the questions there. What we found was that if we just send people straight to Calendly, what they end up doing is they actually book a time and then they answer questions versus answering questions and then book a time. And so we found it better for us in terms of like our sales follow-up and everything else, if we actually just split it out so that they ask the questions first, they get to go through the form, and then after that we redirect them to the calendar. The calendar is a book with like a name and phone number. That part's pretty simple. We want to ask ask a series of qualifying questions to make sure that we have the right fit, that they are the right person. And this helps us figure out, we can like score our leads, figure out if they're a really good lead, of, a medium lead that we need to reach out to and follow up with, or if we just need to disqualify them, get them off our calendar. You can ask as many questions as you can get people to fill out. But again, remember, like the more questions you ask, and especially the more like open-ended questions that you ask, the longer it's going to take someone to get the form. So the higher the fall off's going to be, less people are going to fill it out. So if you are packed full of sales calendar calls and you're trying to get just more qualified people, you can ask more questions. But if you're just trying to get calls, I mean, you could even just skip this part right away, go straight to a Calendly. And then as you're getting more calls, as you're getting more sales calls, as you have more sales coming in, as your time becomes more valuable, then what you can do is reduce the amount of calls that you're getting on your calendar by adding in the application and adding in more questions. Now, after that, a really big page that you want to optimize is this thank you page. A lot of people just skip this, or they just put like, hey, thanks for booking your call. We'll talk to you soon, or whatever that is. After someone books a call, the time between them booking a call and them getting on the phone with you is an incredible opportunity to set the frame, to set expectations, to build up the trust that they have in you and your program, all of that stuff. So that's all super, super important. And you can start doing that right on the thank you page. And so on the thank you page, again, oftentimes what we will do is just have a headline and then another video, just one video. What we want to do is just like thank them for booking a call, set expectations for what's coming next. Oftentimes we'll put underneath that call to action button like a little letter from the founder. And this is oftentimes like a very similar thing about what we're going to be talking about in the video, which is like, hey, thanks for booking. Here's what's going to happen next. And here's why this is going to be great for you. And then also we point them to the email, because what we send them is a pre-call guide. And that pre-call guide is usually like a 10 to 15 page PDF that just talks about like, who is the founder? What is this program about? What are they going to get? What is the exact offer? And then tons of social proof. So talking about little case studies and testimonials about what it is that our program does and what they're going to be talking about on the call. Because we really want to make sure that when they get on the call, they're excited about being there. They're ready to talk about who they are, what their problems are, the problems they want to solve, and they know about our program and what we offer, so that we're not trying to cover all that on the call. And what we really don't want to be doing is getting on the call and trying to figure out like if they trust us, if they like us, all of that stuff. So we're trying to set the frame and build all of that proof in before we get to the call. So after the call is when we get into the sales side of things. So this is when we actually have a sales call where we jump on Zoom. We want to make sure we're using like a repeatable framework. So we want to make sure we have at least a framework that we're following repeatedly, so we can figure out what's working, improve it, improve our close numbers. We send, and then from there, we just like collect their information over the phone, or if you really want to, you could send them a link. I think it's way better to collect the information over the phone. We just fill it straight into Kajabi, and then that automates all their course access after that. So one of the things that I see done really, really well in the best of these funnels is actually the follow-up. So we want to make sure that we have sequences that are moving people through each step through email, because the reality is most people will opt in and they won't watch the video sales letter right away. And so your follow-up game is super, super important here. So you want to make sure that you have an email sequence that is going to be moving people from, hey, I opted in, to actually consuming this video sales letter. That's the most important part at this next stage. And then if someone fills out the application, but they don't book a call, you've got those two steps broken out, then we want to make sure we have like a drop-off sequence. Like, hey, I saw you fill out this application. Make sure you book a call. And then again, after someone books a call, we send them that pre-call guide so that we can really set the frame for what's going to happen on the call. And then also too, like we want to make sure we have a show up sequence. So like this is like, hey, this is your reminder of like, hey, your call's in 24 hours, calls in a couple hours. I'm going to be calling you in like 10 minutes, let's jump on Zoom. Those are all super important to help increase our show up rates, like book more calls and increase our show up rate. This right here is the full funnel that we are using that has generated millions of dollars in sales. Because what we're doing is just using that simple video sales letter in order to get people on the phone with salespeople and close them into high ticket deals. And honestly, when I first started running these, like I really didn't even realize how many people would see or go through these funnels and then spend like $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 on the phone. But this happens every single day. And then once we've got this, like we use all traffic sources to make this work. So running Facebook ads, YouTube ads. We've got retargeting happening on all platforms. We drive like YouTube organic. If you've got Instagram or any other social media platforms, you can just send everybody to this landing page, because the big thing that we have here is we just want to get everybody to watch this video sales letter. This is our main offer, and we want to use that to get people on the phone. Again, like some more stuff that we talked about that really happens in this follow-up is like having a really killer offer. Also great optics, like being that charismatic leader, being a real authority, being really good on camera is all super, super valuable today. And we have these follow-up sequences, and like if somebody opts in, but they don't book a call right away, we have really, really long-term email follow-up. So sending 2 or 3 emails a week, sending out bonus trainings, which is something I really like doing, which is like, just have a landing page with hey, we send out an email. Hey, we've got a bonus training for you. We make a little 5-10 minute Loom video. We put that on a landing page with a call to action underneath. Those are super valuable. Having like live or regular monthly events or regular events is super valuable. One thing that we've done over time is we stacked a mini course on top of this. So if they go through all this and they don't buy, we'll actually start pitching them little mini courses. But this we didn't do until we were already a multi-million-dollar business. So, this is something that we've seen that works really well. But again, like if you're just getting started, you really want to focus on just the beginning, and then later you can start to build out all this other stuff as you go forward. All right, so that's it. That is the entire breakdown of the funnel that has helped us generate millions of dollars in high ticket sales online. Hopefully after watching this, you now have some deeper insights on like how these funnels actually work, what makes them work, and more specifically, like what you can focus on so that if you want to get one of these set up for yourself, you know exactly what to do. If you have any questions about this, please just drop them down in the comments below. I also love to hear what comes up, because I can always use that for future videos that we're going to make. And then again, remember, you can get everything that I just shared in this video, plus some other really cool goodies, if you will check out that link that's down in the description below. Now, if all this funnel stuff sounds good, but you want to know, like, how do you actually get people to this funnel? How do you actually drive traffic to a funnel like this? Go ahead and check out this video, because in this video, I've got our full ad system broken down right here. So check out this video, and I'll see you over there.